I will be presenting these two artworks. On the left side, we have La Grande Odalisque 1814 by Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres, and on the right side, the artwork is called Olympia 1863 by Edouard Manet. Nude paintings have always been the most mesmerizing art pieces in the work of art. It has revolutionized the way people are described and how the audience views an open mind from the artist's point of view. The nude paintings have been portrayed as a revolution of human history due to paintings being from both male and female gender. But women have been linked to being a better posture and better for social depiction. Throughout the history of self-portraits of nude imagery, many have been portrayed high tolerance and the idea of the total ideal of human perception. Many critics have either wondered, disagreed, or agreed paintings like these will be the appropriate fit for the society with the idea of dehumanization of something new. From the start to the mid-19th century, two iconic paintings have made its great impression on the topics of nudity on a canvas. On the left side, La Grande Odalisque 1814 by Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres, and the art piece on the right side called Olympia 1863 by Edouard Manet. Indeed, both of these paintings portray nude bodies of the female gender, but their raw nudity is not the reason why they have been revolutionized throughout the century, but the imagery and meaning they send out towards the audience. Both artists had a meaning towards their work of art, and their work has left a print of tales through lines, colors, shading, and most importantly, meaning. Throughout both paintings, both artists use white females, which are linked down with the same concept of nudity, and both paintings were drawn by male artists in the 19th century, but into a deeper analysis. Both paintings are different in many ways. At the start, we take a deep glance at the title of the painting. The title of the painting has always given a bit of an insight towards meaning and understanding of the painting, and the audience has always fed off it as they make their analysis of the painting. It also gives a brief insight into the artist's style of work and the background of the painting. One of the paintings, Odalisque, has its background from Turkish descent, as its root word M meaning harem concubine, which is towards women who live with a man but has no part in the household with the man, which has revealed the meaning of the phrase towards the imaging and then translated to total realism in the 1800s. The phrases that these artists used in the 1800s had a different meaning than we do now in this time period. The word Olympia had a meaning towards classical goddess or mythological nymph from the pages of Ovid Olympia, who was a 19th century Parisian prostitute. Both names of the paintings had the versatile meaning and both depiction from a male perspective. It then states that the images have both contributions of concubine against prostitute. It then seems that the women in the Ingres paintings seem a bit more reserved than the women portrayed in Manet's. Both paintings indeed resemble bright light texture in the canvas surface and a bit of dark shading throughout the canvas. Both paintings resemble objectification and subordination. However, as stated, names are not enough to define the meaning and the tone of both paintings. The paintings are being described resemble female sexuality and sexual dominance and obedience. In Ingres' painting, the artist shows the female that she is being portrayed by turning around from the audience. She completely fades away from total distance towards the audience as if she were ashamed of posing to society. Depicting back to the roots of the 1800s, women were somewhat forced into doing things that they did not feel comfortable doing, and it led to the total annihilation of women's culture. It predetermined how they were viewed and what others thought of them as humans. It seems that Ingres' painting La Grande Odalisque shows a bit more modesty than Manet's painting. If you took a closer look at the canvas, you can see and determine the line work that she used, that was used in the canvas. The line structure that is being shown shows clarity towards the brush that surfaces the canvas from the bright color structure, as it shows women in a less empowered state of being. In the other painting, you can see the amazing work done by Manet's Olympia. The female is very different from the other painting. In this painting, we see the female that is being displayed in a comfortable position as she sits very comfortable, being drawn nude. She looks directly with a perfect gaze gesture. The confidence that the female has is very genuine towards the audience. She feels the need to pose for the artist and does not seem frightened of the fact that she's completely nude in front of the artist to be drawn. But she does lack fear, and then she attempts the artist with a glazed satire, which gives her a complete dominance towards the artist and the viewer, as she implies female dominance overall. The color that the artist uses is very sad and depressing. The colors do not show female dominance that um, that she portrays when she poses. The lighting shows the poor resemblance of woman power. Towards the corner of the painting, the audience can see the gesture in the female's face, calmly looking at the viewer, while the other half is darkened by the dim shadow of colors that the artist uses. The colors give a bit of uncertainty towards both the artist and the canvas being displayed. Also, a bit of mystery in the eyes of the female. As we take a glimpse towards the other painting, the posture that the female has is completely different. Her hands are another great feature that best illustrates the figure she implies to show towards the audience. The hands that she presents towards the audience show emotion, tone, empowerment, and configuration. In La Grande Odalisque, the angle towards both of her arms is different from each side. The left arm is in support of her side, and then we see the left hand that is out of sight, while her right hand is visible to the audience as she holds an object. Female empowerment comes to mind once again. As a posture that the female does, it shows the empowerment that both of these females show, but we also see a lack of empowerment because the posture of one of her hands. In the case of Olympia, both of the females' hands are shown completely in front of her. The left hand is leaning towards the right thigh, and her right is leaning on the pillow. In La Grande Odalisque, the missing hand that is not visible may imply that she once had power but was then lost. Both of the females in the painting are not wearing any clothes, and for many reasons, both of these artists did so to illustrate the fact towards female gentrification. Women have been modified as a least to become successful, and therefore society decided to fulfill their destiny as they made women seem less important in both a canvas for everyone to see and criticize and social appearance. The one thing that both females are wearing is around their wrist and head. The headwear that they were wearing objectifies human mortality, since the head of the female is the only thing that is being covered, and also objectifies their beauty and wealth. The female may also be personified as an idol towards the art world. The headpiece that the female is wearing in La Grande Odalisque shows a material looking very expensive and gold. It shows hierarchy within the household and dominance as a wife. In the painting Olympia, the painting shows many similarities, but in a different scenario. Um, in the painting, we see how the female is described confidently reclining on a bed wearing nothing but a black ribbon around her neck, a gold bracelet on her wrist, Louis XV slippers on her feet, and a silk flower in her hair, all symbols of wealth and sensuality. Wealth has been demonstrated as a main theme in the painting, as well as dehumanization within female sexuality. Wealth is also demonstrated by an African American servant bringing her a bouquet of flowers. Both paintings show resemblance, but the difference in them is that one shows complete independence and the other shows a servant in the painting as a serving a pet. The African American female that is shown in the back shows the theme of dehumanization due to the color of her skin and being drawn in the back with dark shading in the overall surroundings she is in. Both artists did a great job of showing female sexuality, but both artists showed a different side of contrast in the paintings. Both backgrounds of the artists show a great resemblance because their ideas in nude imagery have gave them a great sense of perception during the time period of both of their eras. Ingres painting in the neoclassical era, and he did so as a form of rejuvenation from ancient civilization. Ingres was strongly influenced by the High Renaissance painting of Raphael, 1483 until 1520, and Titian, 1485 until 1576, as well as the Baroque painting of classical Nicolas Poussin, 1594 until 1665. Both resembled the same meaning and tradition as they painted to depict the great form of paintings on a canvas. As told, both paintings show great interest and a like resemblance of woman empowerment, but in a different scenario. Both artists wanted to objectify women's perspectives in the 1800s as society viewed and determined women's rights, fairness, and equalization of rights. Both La Grande, Odalisque, and Olympia show a heavy portion of Western ideal art, and both continue to be brought up in today's talk of artwork. Thank you.